Just before we head into the video, I'd love to give a shout out to the sponsor of the channel, RL Exchange. Now, RL Exchange is the best way to buy any Rocket League items or credits on any platform and at the cheapest prices so that you can build your dream setup. Make sure to go and check out their website using the top link in the description and use code TXC to get yourself 3% off your order. I'm going to be giving away a white octane every 1,000 subscribers on the channel. All you have to do is subscribe, like, turn on post notifications, and then finally head over to the Discord server. The link is in the description down below. And as soon as we hit 24k, there will be a white octane giveaway set up. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get straight into the video. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video in episode 4 of trading from nothing all the way up to the white octane. If you are enjoying the series so far, then please do drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Let's go for 200 likes on this video. As always, thank you for the insane support on the channel recently, and let's get into the first trade of episode 4 of nothing to white octane. Okay, so at the end of the last episode, I was able to pick up a white scorer Fennec for around 1,700 credits, and here I'm able to sell it on for an absolute ton more. I thought because it is scorer, that's one of the best certifications in the game. I'm going to spend a little bit of extra time finding a little bit more for this item, so I spent maybe an hour or two searching for some more credits, and in the long run it was definitely worth it because I'm going to be getting 2.1k in pure credits. That is literally perfect. We got around 400 credits profit on a white Fennec. That is the best profit I've ever made off a white Fennec. That goes to show certifications can definitely lead to more profit, and I don't normally trade with certifications, but that is the second time in 4 episodes that we've made a ton of profit from certification. So if you have a decent certification on an item, it might be worth seeing if anyone's paying a little bit extra. Check RL Garage, RL Trading Post, because there might be someone that is either collecting a set or just maybe wants a certain certification, but it definitely can lead to a ton of profit. I also am picking up a black standard for 2.8k. It's only 100 credits below its minimum value, but the black standard has a massive demand, so I'll be able to sell this on really quickly, and yeah, it will get me 100 credits profit. I could have looked for a little bit more, maybe 3,000 credits, but again, that would have taken a little bit more time, and I'm trying to just do trades as quick as possible so that I can get profit as quick as possible and therefore finish this series as quickly as possible. But I do get 2.9k. It did take a little bit of negotiating, but in the end I get 2.9k for that black standard. It literally took about 5 minutes to sell. Really easy, and then I can take that profit, move on, buy some more items. And another thing I do want to do in this series is buy and sell some different items. I want to experiment with more items, not just painted octanes over and over, because there might be a different method out there which makes me a ton more profit, and then I can just keep on repeating that. But here I am picking up an unpainted mainframe, 100 credits below its minimum value. Just like most of the other items I've been buying and selling, this has a massive demand. This will be gone again in about 5 minutes, and I'll be able to sell it on for 800 credits. I could look for a little bit more, maybe its middle value of 850 credits, but it might take me a little bit longer to search for that price, as someone could just go to another buyer who is selling it for cheaper. So I usually do sell a lot of my items for their minimum value, but other items such as painted octanes, which have probably the highest demand in the game, I'm always looking to sell them on for their middle value, just because there's loads of people looking for them and there's not too many on the market, so it just makes them even easier to sell. Now, when season 10 came out, I was trading quite a lot, as loads of people were looking for credits so that they could afford the rocket pass. Here I'm able to pick up a grey Zomba for 100 credits below its minimum value. Now, I've only actually started trading with these items recently, and they're really easy to sell on, as they have such a high demand. So anytime I can pick them up and sell them on, I will definitely do that. Here I do get a pretty lucky trade. I'm going to be buying 4 painted octanes, 2 grey and 2 forest green. I'm going to be buying them for 100 credits below their minimum value each, and I'm going to sell each of these for their middle value because they have such a big demand. So I should be getting around 150 credits profit each. So theoretically, that should be around 600 credits profit from this trade alone, which is a massive W. They will take a little bit of time to sell because I'm looking for that middle value. Not too many people are going to be willing to pay that much, but eventually when I do get them all sold, that is going to be an absolute ton of profit. Another thing I do want to mention is that right now I'm just getting my inventory stacked with items. All of these items I'm very confident will not drop, so I can just keep them in my inventory for now, just while I buy some other items, and then when I feel comfortable and don't really have many credits left, I will start to sell some items on again. But I do pick up a forest green interstellar for 750, 250 below its minimum value. Usually I'm underpaying around 100 credits per item, but this item has a very low demand, meaning it's pretty hard to sell. This guy was clearly struggling, so I negotiated with him for a while. I was pretty sure that he wouldn't sell it for anyone else, so I was just basically waiting for him to respond and just sort of dragging it out, and eventually he did sell it on to me for pretty cheap, so I'll be able to capitalize on that and eventually sell it on for its minimum value. value. As he struggled, I probably will struggle to sell it as well, but eventually I should find its minimum value and make a ton of profit. I also do sell on the first Octane here, Forest Green Octane, 450 credits. That is going to be its middle value. Pretty easy to sell, actually. Only took about 20 minutes. I was expecting it to take a little bit longer, but I was listing these up on RL Garage, RL Trading Post, and also the Xbox Looking for Group section. The more places that you list your item, the higher chance you have of someone actually picking it up, just because more people can see it. Therefore, it has a higher success rate. I do also go back to buying some other items just because I was able to pick up this Blackstone for 650. This trade was done through RL Garage. Basically, I've always got trades up just looking for items. Now, sometimes I might not have enough credits to buy the items. For example, I've had a few people message me saying they've got Black Standard, but I couldn't afford it at the time, which was a little bit of an L. But I have always got those posts up, and sometimes they do lead to me underpaying on some items, such as the Black Standard, which you saw earlier. Also, I do manage to sell on another Octane here. I believe it is going to be the Grey Octane in this trade. And also, at this point, I did go back to selling some items just because my inventory is getting a bit full right now, so I want to sort of filter it out and just get some pure credits again, and then I can go back to buying items after that. What I like to do is spend a few hours buying items and then selling the items, just so that I can easily manage my inventory, and I'm not trying to just remember what items I've actually got in my inventory. But we do get 450 from that Octane, so we've sold 2 so far, and that's going to be 150 credits profit from each one. And then I do just go on to sell the rest of my items. Now, also what I usually do is start with the easiest to sell items and then work towards the hardest to sell ones. This just makes it so I'm getting more trades and I'm filtering out my inventory a lot quicker, which makes it more interesting for me, which is definitely important, because you don't want to just trade to get profit. You also want to have fun. You don't want to be bored while you're trading, because otherwise there's no point. You may as well just go and do something else. But I do try and keep it interesting for me. Also, that was a massive W. I trade in both of those painted Octanes for a black OEM. Black OEM is worth 1.1k. Usually I do pay 900, and technically those Octanes added up to 900 on their middle values anyway. But I then can go on to sell that black OEM for 1.1k and make even more profit for myself. But yeah, the Forest Green Interstellar is the hardest to sell item in the inventory, so that probably will stick around for quite a bit anyway. But I start with the Black Stone because they're one of the easiest items. Mainframe technically should be gone at this point, but I wasn't really finding a buyer, which you may also encounter. Sometimes you might not be able to sell your items. It's usually just a one-off, but it is a little bit annoying. But if you are listing your items to sell on RL Garage or RL Trading Post, any trading app, just make sure you are bumping the trades, just so they're always at the top of the list, and therefore more people see them, which will lead to you getting more trades. But we do sell 2 items in one trade. That is going to be perfect. It just saves me a lot of time. And I was also looking for the middle value for that Grey Zomba. I wasn't able to find it, but I was still able to find its minimum value, which means I'm still getting 100 credits profit, so it's not too bad, but I could have squeezed a little bit more out of that item. But to be completely honest, at this stage I couldn't sell any of the items in my inventory. I was sort of stuck with both the Black OEM and the Forest Green Interstellar. It was a bit annoying because the Black OEM I thought would sell really easily, but I was stuck with it at this stage. The Forest Green Interstellar, yeah, I completely understand. It is a pretty hard to sell item, but like I mentioned, the OEM was a little bit annoying. I also do pick up a White Meteor Storm for 300 credits below its minimum value. Now, I did try and underpay by a little bit more because this item is quite hard to sell. However, I wasn't able to do that, but I'm still underpaying by 300 credits. I should be able to get that sold for its minimum value. I've done it before. I should be able to do it again. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I really hope you have enjoyed. If you have, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. We're going to be going for 200 likes on this video. Comment White Octane if you made it this far, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Me.